Rev up your engines, race fans, because the 2021 Cup Series champion, Kyle Larson, is dropping bombshells that could leave the NASCAR scene in a tailspin. From talks of his retirement to the prospects of dominating another league entirely, nothing seems to be set in stone for the maestro of NASCAR racing. But what do we know so far? And is there a future without Kyle on the horizon? Or is the driver willing to stick it out well into his golden age? Stay tuned to find out. Born on July 31st, 1992, in Elk Grove, California, Kyle Larson is one of those drivers that you can definitely say was destined to burn rubber on the tracks. Kyle Larson's racing career has been nothing short of stellar, marked by remarkable achievements and a relentless pursuit of excellence. His rise to fame began in the world of dirt track racing, where his prodigious talent behind the wheel quickly garnered attention and accolade. See, his prowess on the dirt ovals was absolutely phenomenal, and would quickly act as a springboard to higher levels of competition, laying the foundation for his future success in the world of professional racing. Upon transitioning to NASCAR, Larson's meteoric ascent continued as he showcased an extraordinary blend of speed, skill, and fearlessness on the track. His natural ability to maneuver through the pack and contend for victories earned him widespread recognition as one of the sport's most promising young stars. Throughout his career, Larson's list of accomplishments has been nothing short of impressive, including multiple wins across NASCAR's top series and standout performances in marquee events, such as the Daytona 500 and the Coca-Cola 600. His tenacity and competitive drive not only made him one of the greats, but solidified his status as a formidable force in the world of motorsports. In addition to his prowess on the asphalt, Larson's skills in the world of virtual racing and iRacing further showcased his versatility and adaptability as a driver. With a career many other drivers can only dream of, Kyle has shown countless times that he was made for the race, and every time he stepped into the cockpit, he was out to prove it. But before we talk about his future, let's take a trip back to March 8, 2020, a time when the world was a completely different racetrack compared to the twists and turns we've experienced since then. As we all remember, the world was at the very start of a pandemic, and the global stage was shutting down with various players at the forefront. As we knew it, life was taking a detour into the unknown. But amidst the chaos, nobody in NASCAR went through a more massive change than Kyle Larson. See, before the pandemic hit, Larson was a driver on the brink of championship contention, steering his Chip Ganassi-owned number 42 Chevrolet close to victory. In fact, at the start of 2020, the youngsters in NASCAR, including Larson, Alex Bowman, Chase Elliott, and Ryan Blaney, were revved up for what seemed like a youth revolution. However, as the pandemic unfolded, real racing took a pit stop, and iRacing events hit the track. This new frontier presented challenges for many drivers unprepared for the world of streaming. However, not for Kyle Larson, who created an infamous moment that would shake the foundations of his career, an incident many called the iRacing incident. See, Kyle Larson found himself at the center of a whirlwind of events that would change the course of his career, and it all began as the virtual engines roared and the digital track stretched out before him in an iRacing event. See, Larson's fiery passion for racing was on full display. However, in a moment of recklessness, he uttered a regrettable racial slur that reverberated across the racing community like a thunderclap. Suddenly, the spotlight that once illuminated his victories now casts a harsh glare on his mistake. News outlets, sports broadcasts, and media giants all clamor to cover the scandal, turning Larson's misstep into a front-page spectacle. It seemed as though Larson's once promising career had careened off course, with the racing world holding its breath to see what would become of the young driver. Yet amidst the storm of controversy, a remarkable transformation began to unfold. In the aftermath of the tumultuous iRacing incident, a determined and introspective Kyle Larson set out on a remarkable quest for redemption. With the winds of public scrutiny at his back, he embarked on a journey unlike any other, a journey to clear his name and seek forgiveness. In the following year, Larson's path to redemption led him down uncharted roads, where he sought guidance and understanding from members of the Black community. Through open dialogue, genuine humility, and a willingness to learn, he endeavored to bridge the gap and gain invaluable insights that would reshape his perspective and pave the way for genuine transformation. In the spirit of reconciliation and growth, Larson immersed himself in a world of understanding and empathy, seeking to grasp the profound impact of his actions and the broader implications of racial dynamics. His newfound awareness not only reshaped his own worldview, but also became a beacon of hope and inspiration for those who witnessed his journey of self-discovery. And while the opinions of many on separating on-track and off-track actions may vary, Larson, as an individual, faced the challenge of rebuilding trust. However, fast forward to the present, and Larson finds himself with a new beginning, driving the number 5 Chevy for Rick Hendrick, a company he has continued to parade as the best in the industry. And with the 2021 NASCAR Cup, Larson might just have a point. On the track, Larson showcased his undeniable talent, dominating races in dirt series and making a triumphant return with Hendrick Motorsports. In fact, he put on such a show that people began to worry about when the now 31-year-old would be retiring. Crazy, right? And although the question seems arbitrary, Kyle actually gave an answer in public, but trust me, it's not what you think. In a recent chat with Kenny Wallace, Larson hinted at an early exit, throwing a curveball to the entire NASCAR industry, as it seems he might have Rick Hendrick and Hendrick Motorsports doing laps in the fast lane of uncertainty. But hold your horses. Things aren't that simple, because with Larson, his future is more complicated than a baseball match stuffed with curveballs. See, the man is not just a champion, but part of NASCAR's elite 75 greatest drivers club. And at the prime age of 31, the burning question is, when is he hanging up his racing helmet? Of course, he could continue to shred the tracks well into his 40s, much like Kevin Harvick, who recently hit the brakes at 47. However, there's every chance the champion might have a different career path in mind, leaving us all wondering if Larson, at 31, is even contemplating his exit strategy in the first place. But thanks to the interview, we know now that while some drivers keep the NASCAR partying going into their 40s, Larson is eyeing a different game plan. See, straight from the horse's mouth, Larson spilled the beans on his racing future during the conversation with Wallace. "I don't see myself going to 40, Larson said, so that the star would be retiring soon, right? Wrong, because once again Kyle has thrown us a curveball. See, he wasn't talking about retiring from racing altogether. In fact, according to Larson, he's got big goals and dreams beyond the oval. Unlike others who may have been pushed out of the sport, Larson's got a checklist, and he's not afraid to tackle it while he's still ruling the track. He said, "I'm 31 right now, going into my 11th season in the Cup Series. If I can race for another 7 or 8 years, I can earn a lot of money, set myself up really well, and compete for a premier Dirt Series championship." But that's not all, folks. Larson's grand plans go well beyond the NASCAR circuit. See, he's eyeing dominating the dirt tracks, sprint cars, and owning his own series, High Limit. To fully get how crazy his plans are, all you have to do is imagine Larson tearing it up in late models, winning championships, and more well into his late 30s. However, with a Cup Series schedule that keeps him burning rubber for 38 weeks a year, the question now is, how does he find time for all these different racing adventures? For this to happen, we have to consider the very possible game changer that Larson could bag multiple championships before hitting the big 4-0. So what do you think will happen if he snags a couple more before turning 35? Could we see him eyeing a full season in IndyCar, waving goodbye to NASCAR, and putting all his horsepower into turning High Limit into a racing powerhouse? His future is undoubtedly bright, and fast forward 8 years, and the possibilities would be near endless. Will Larson be dominating IndyCar, building a dirt racing empire with High Limit, or throwing us a curveball we haven't even thought of yet? But regardless of his choice, Kyle Larson's not just a NASCAR champion, he's a racing maestro with dreams that go beyond the checkered flags. And, to be quite honest, the checkered flag on Larson's career could have a few unexpected twists. But what do you think about Larson's racing future? Why not tell us in the comment section below? And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button for more exciting updates in the world of NASCAR. Until next time, see you later.